So next, are you getting the theme of what's going on yet? Yeah. Is it a good act? No, it's not. So next we have Jan Webb. Jan is a retired RN and graduated with distinction in nursing from the University of Victoria and has been serving people in southern Vancouver Island for over 40 years, and both in acute care and in home and AMP community care. In recent past, worked with a team which specialized in planning safe and successful discharges for vulnerable and at-risk patients. So, round of applause for Jan.
Hi, everybody. So nice to see everybody turning out, and I want to welcome people from the UCP party and the NDP party and the Greens. Can you wave your hand and let me know where you are? Oh, great. Thank you for being here. You've got a green bottle. That's wonderful.
So close.
Otherwise, I think our only support in the medical community for the past 2 years, for sure, has been John Rustad and recently Bruce Vanman. This isn't supposed to be a really political rally, but when they're the only ones supporting us, it kind of tends to be that, right? Anyway, I want to keep this short. I was fired as a nurse. I worked as a liaison nurse in all 3 hospitals. So I got to see a lot of what was going on during our time of COVID. I did some research early because I wanted to know what were best practices to help people who were affected. And I found out that other provinces were publishing the high recovery rate. I'll repeat that, a high recovery rate of 97 to 99.79%. And I wondered, I don't get why all the fear. What is this about? I've nursed through 4 pandemics, through the MERS, through the SARS-CoV-1, these are all anachronisms, but don't worry about it, the H1N1, and the AIDS virus. We never locked down healthy people. We have a disaster plan in every single province. We all know how to handle communicable diseases. And we have used this plan for decades. What shocked me was to see it thrown completely out the window. In every way that we knew how to handle and deal with this was simply not available for us to do so. The only treatment was the vaccine. So based on my being fairly healthy and not wanting an experimental gene therapy, which is how Pfizer describes it, I chose not to get a vaccine. So I kept delaying, thinking, well, they're never going to mandate it, not in a million years, because that's illegal. That's against our Charter of Health and Charter of Rights and Freedom. The Nuremberg Code, the Helsinki Agreement, they would never mandate a vaccine. That's kind of like going back to the 1930s. But they did. So I was told by my boss, you either get the vaccine or you will be terminated. So I tried to say, well, can I work in a separate room? Can I take an antigen test? Can I make accommodations somehow, work from home? None of that was available to me. There were no options available to me. So my union did not defend me and haven't for the past 2 years. And I want to approach other people, who have had to belong to a union. How supported have you felt by these people who are supposed to be standing up for your rights and your freedoms? How many of you have felt really comfortable with the way you've been represented? I think most people in British Columbia are feeling voiceless right now. I'm just going to end with this. I will never forget Bonnie Henry saying, if you don't promote this vaccine, like it's the only treatment available, a one-size-fits-all, which is never true in medicine, ever. If you don't do this and get the vaccine and promote it, you don't belong in this profession. That blew me away. When your whole life, and these kind people around me stand for ethics and integrity and informed consent, which nobody ever got to do with this protocol. Nobody ever got that. And so we stand here, the small voiceless crowd, trying to wake up people to say, you need to stand up for yourself. The cavalry is not coming to get you. You need to be informed. And for Bonnie Henry, I just wish that she chose to practice with the same integrity and ethics as the people around me that have stood up for the last 2 years to help and promote health with British Columbians. Thank you.
Yes. Here, here.